Hey, babe. It's Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to my channel. Let's go ahead and talk about Married at First Sight. Now, before I get into the actual episode and, well, individual couples, I want to go ahead and talk about the group link up with Johnny and Bao, Brett and Ryan, and Jose and Rachel, okay? And Gil also joined them. Now, Myrla was somewhere off in the distance. I'm not sure why she did not attend the link up with the couples. Maybe she just didn't want to be around them or something. So, Johnny, not Johnny. Why am I thinking about Johnny Gill? Why am I thinking about Johnny Gill? Okay, I'm thinking about I'm gonna say Johnny Gill, honey. But Gill, okay, he decided to go ahead and take one for the team and show up on behalf of he and his wife. Okay, so he wants to talk about kissing. He wants to know which one of y'all have already kissed because me and my wife has yet to do so. I think everybody pretty much confirmed that they did kiss. So following behind that, he also wanted to know, well, which one of y'all actually had intimacy? Which one of y'all has been out here fucking? Which couple? Which one of y'all has it been? But I don't think anybody really answered that question to confirm whether or not they've crossed the line or anything. And y'all know Gil ain't getting no action over there in his room at all. So he definitely has to live through the couples at this time until him and Myrla get to a place where they do cross the line. Listen, I don't see it happening. If it does happen, I feel like it's going to take a very long time for them to get to that place because Myrla has a wall up that she's not trying to even pull down at all. She'll only bring it down just a little bit to reach her hand out to grab whatever gifts, luxury items that you have for her, and then she's gonna roll that window right back up. Like, that's how I feel about Miss Myrla. But we'll go ahead and move on. So Gil decides to open up about Myrla. He tells them about her temper tantrums and how she is as a person so far, and the things that he's learned about her since they've been, together, which has been a very short amount of time, but he's already pinpointing certain things about her that in the long run he really ain't gonna like, but he just telling them about it. And while he was over there talking about it, I was like, ooh, if she heard what you were saying and to these people in front of her, she would feel away. And one of the ladies ended up going on to say that very thing. Like, she would not take too kind to the things that you're saying about her to everybody, okay? And of course, that's the case because she's Miss Perfect. She's perfect about this. She's picky about that. She's done all this, girl. She could tell you about yourself, but I don't know if she can really receive things being said about her, especially in public. But, we'll just see how that's going to play out for the kids, okay? Let's go ahead and move on to Jose and Rachel. Okay, Jose and Rachel. Rachel brings up the whole toothbrush thing from the night before because he was like, "Can I brush your teeth?" And she was kind of like, "I don't like that. Like, that's not how we moving over here." And so he tells her that that was his way of letting her know that he wants to take care of her by asking her to brush her teeth. Y'all ain't that old that you need to brush her mother teeth. She's not handicapped. So that was a little weird to me. I'm like, you can express your ways of wanting to take care of her in a completely different way than what you said. So I don't know. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. Let's move on. They go fishing though. They go on a date. They go fishing. They're on the boat. It was super cute. I actually thought that was kind of like a fun date. Not anything that I would really want to do, but for the two of them, it looked like they had a good time and it was cute. Okay, she kind of like let him take the lead, let him guide a little bit because that was his arena. Okay, so that was cute for them. What else happened? Rachel, she ends up getting a call from Michaela. Now, what we learned is that Michaela's man is sick. Zack is sick, and we can go and get them out the way real quick, okay? Let me go and put them up here on the screen. So Zack is sick, right? And I was wondering if he had COVID because he also mentioned, I believe, the day of their wedding, somebody that was supposed to be a part of his wedding or something, or one of his close friends or somebody that I believe he was around had COVID. So I was like, okay, is he gonna get COVID? Maybe he didn't get it, himself. But all in all, he ended up getting it. And Michaela, she came back negative, but he came back positive. She started throwing all kind of fits. She started feeling away because she wants to have that time with her man. I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't even get it. It was a little gnat, a little baby gnat flying around. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to get you. But I didn't get you, girl. But I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Okay, let's go ahead and get back into it. So when it comes down to Michaela, like she's really frustrated. Like she wants to stay there with her husband, sick and all. She don't have the virus. He does have the virus. He doesn't want to get her sick or anything. So she's throwing a hissy fit. She's not getting the honeymoon that she thought she was going to get. And I'm just like, Michaela, calm the down. Okay, you kind of throwing a fit at this man as though he has any control over this virus or anything. He don't got control over that. And the best thing for y'all to do if you want to continue to be alive and have a marriage is for you to go ahead and go back home. Okay, you go ahead and it's just gonna have to be what it is. But preferably you guys can have that honeymoon at a later time. It's just, it is what it is right now. So I didn't really like the fit that Michaela was up there throwing. It gave me, she needs so much attention. It was, you know what I'm saying? It was like, girl, you thinking more about yourself in this moment than you're thinking about your husband. The husband that you say you want to be around so much and all this other stuff. If producer's telling you it's best if you go ahead and go home, we can get you to a safe space. We're going to keep him here quarantined. We'll be looking up after him, checking on him, whatever. You making it about you and the things that you won't be able to get instead of looking at your husband and wanting him to get better because you stressing him out because you can't have a honeymoon that you want to have is not helping him on top of him having this virus. So I didn't really like her energy and I was like, Michaela, girl, grow up. Okay, so that's that. So Michaela ends up giving Rachel a call to let her know everything that was going on and how she was gonna have to go back to Houston, hang there, and he's gonna hang back. Okay, so what's his name? Zack. Zack had to hang back to quarantine or whatever. So that's where they are. Hopefully they get things back on track. The episode was all right, but I do believe that Zack and Michaela are going to be the most entertaining. So I kind of hated the fact that they couldn't be around or we couldn't see them because now I'm forced to watch everybody else as though they have an interesting storyline when I really feel like they kind of don't. But I'm just like, okay. I mean, I kind of like Johnny and Bao. You know, I feel like they're entertaining. But child, we got through it, so let's continue to get through it, honey. Anyway, so later on that day, what did we see? What she said, she doesn't want to feel like he is her living in his house versus, okay, there we go. Okay, so the conversation comes up between Jose and Rachel. He would love for her to actually move into his home on his side of town. She's kind of scared of that. Because she's afraid of it because she feels like it's gonna put him in more power than her, and it's gonna make her feel like, oh, this is his house. I moved into his house. This is his SHI and not mine because of how her dad brought her up. Her dad brought her up to always have her own. So I kind of understand where Rachel is coming from with that situation. Like, if y'all are gonna move in together, it should be a place that y'all have that's your own. But I also will say y'all also got married under weird circumstances, okay? This was married at first sight. So I feel like everything else to follow is not going to be how you may have thought that it was supposed to play out for you. But maybe you guys can move in, but have a plan or something. Like, yeah, we're going to stay here for X amount of months, but by this time frame, we need to be looking for a house. We need to be out. We need to be renting your property out so that we can move into our home together. That might happen. I don't know. It depends on what the long-term goal is versus the short-term goal. Because I feel like if you push things out too far, like 6 months, 8 months down the road, chances of things changing are very slim. So she may want to create a short-term goal, like we're gonna live in your house for about 4 months, and then we gonna end up buying our own house or something. Now, if that's something he's not willing to do, I got a feeling she gonna end up keeping her apartment or whatever, her house herself. I feel like she gonna end up keeping it and not moving in. I don't know, but that's something they definitely need to talk about because I understand where she's coming from, but I also feel like his living space is much better than her living space. So it's like, girl, just move into that man's house, okay, and just let him understand, like, boo-boo. This is ours now. This ain't just yours, period. I don't care if you are paying majority of the bills up in this house. Okay? Which also could potentially not be a bad thing because she can get up and go whenever she wants to. Because if he gonna use all his money for the bills and you got yours, you know what I'm saying, you could go. But we'll get into the finances because that was another talk that came up, okay? They speak on finances and she ain't good at finances, even though he is. He calculates everything down to the cent. She don't, okay? I think she be rounding up a bit too much. So she says that she thinks they should have joint accounts and separate accounts. I agree with that. I'm like, I feel like everybody should have a separate account. Everybody should have a bonus account, honey. But he feels like they both should come together and have a joint account. Let him go and get whatever he gonna get out of that account and spend it on what he need to spend it on, and then she could just have the rest of it. And she didn't like that. I kind of understood why she felt that way, but then I feel like maybe he just did not explain it clearly to her. Because the question for me is, what you mean you'll get all this money and I'll have the rest of it? What the? Well, how much do you plan on spending, sir? Okay, how much do you plan on spending, and what are you spending it on? Okay, so I feel like they're actually going to need multiple joint accounts, possibly one for the bills and one for certain expenses, and probably another one just for savings or emergencies. So I don't know. They may need more than one, honey, and he'll be good with that because he handles the finances very, very well. So they got a lot of things to talk about, and I see Rachel doing a lot of pushback, even though we haven't seen it yet. I'm just saying what I could foresee her doing. A lot of pushback because I don't think she like change too much. Even though she says that she needs somebody like him to help her get organized in her finances, I feel like she gonna kind of fight him every which way. And I'm also afraid that Jose is not gonna be doing a great job at communicating things to her because he's so used to moving how he moves. You know what I'm saying? On his own, without her. So it's gonna be interesting to see these two couples trying to iron out their differences as far as how they live and how they manage their finances. Let's go ahead and move on to Johnny and Bao. Okay, Bao tells him that she collects bathing suits and then turns around and says that, now listen now, these are bathing suits that she don't wear. She's never really worn, but then at the same time, she says that she likes to walk around in them. So I'm like, okay, basically what you're saying is that you probably got, what, 80 bathing suits, and you probably only worn about 5 to 10 of them. Is that what you're saying? And then the rest of them is just there. So Bao is very weird to me. Bao says that, people walk around in their lingerie and nobody complains. But if I walk around my house in a bathing suit, then everybody feels like it's a problem. It is, ma'am. It is. Bathing suits typically are tighter for your body. It's only to be worn for a limited time. In my opinion, y'all let me know y'all thoughts. At some point, girl, your circulation may be getting cut off depending on how tight that swimsuit is on your body, okay? It's just not comfortable to lounge around in, okay? Like, I just don't understand that. But when it comes down to, like, the lingerie and stuff, I just feel like that's comfortable. That's loose fitting. That's lounge wear. Bathing suits are not made to just be prancing around the house in. I am so confused, girl. If you just want to have a bikini style, girl, just go get you a matching penny and bra set. Like, I'm confused. What is you out here trying to do? So that don't make no sense to me, honey, but okay then, Bao. That was just awkward. Bao be doing awkward stuff, and then when people crack little jokes on her, she be getting mad. But I guess, she just likes to be awkward and comfortable with it, honey. So let it be her. Let's move on, okay? There he go again, y'all. I'm trying to get his ass. Oh, I got him, y'all. I got him. I'm sorry y'all had to witness the killing of a gnat, but I got his R's, okay? Wipe my hands real good, because I got your R's, honey, baby. You thought you was finna. Got him. Let's go ahead and move on, okay? So where am I? So Johnny tells Bao about dinner, okay? But notice that okay, so let me go back. So Bao links up with Jose. He went into, like, I guess, like, the gift shop. He wanted to do like a dinner or whatever for Bao, and he wanted to express his feelings to her. So Jose came, and I was like, oh, not you bringing Jose. Not you bringing Jose out here to pick out women's clothing. Now, I understand y'all got a bromance, but what is this about? Why you had to pick Jose out of all people to pick out women's clothing? And then go talk about he's really good with the ladies. And what I was drawn to about Jose is that he's an open and an honest person. And you know what? Those are actually qualities that I really like in women. I'm like, do y'all need to tell us something? Should y'all have been married at first sight to each other? Let us know. Okay, so he goes, he picks out the clothing and stuff, and then he hangs up 2 shirts. One of them was blue, one of them was like pinkish or whatever. Jose tells him, like, get whatever it is that you think is gonna fit you. Like, it's gonna be sexy either way. Like, get whatever you want. I said, Bao, better not get this, not Bao, but Johnny. I said, Johnny, better not get this blue shirt, because we've already seen you had 15 blue shirts hanging up in your closet. You better not go and get this blue shirt. Girl, later on, he goes to Bow, lets her know about dinner. He pulls out her dress or whatever, her little covering, and then the first thing he pulled out was that blue shirt. I said, now, I know he brought some blue shirts with him on this trip, and you done went right back down there and you'd have bought you another blue shirt. You couldn't try a different color. Oh, I guess then, honey, because clearly blue is his favorite color. And that's his favorite type of shirt. I don't understand it. Y'all both weird, but okay. He takes her to dinner. And it was like a little picnic and stuff, and it was so cute. She really enjoyed it. He expressed his feelings to her. He was really worried because he felt like she wasn't gonna feel the same way. The feelings were not gonna be mutual at all. But he ended up, letting her know how he felt, and she ended up telling him that the feelings were definitely mutual. So, they were happy. Everything was good. She says that she's gonna work on not self-sabotaging because that's something that she does. Bao clearly went through a lot, I think, in her childhood, where she probably got a lot of, got joked on a lot or something. It treated a certain way, and it started to, manifest later on in her life continuously, that she has to sit up there and sabotage herself and kind of feel like, I guess, she's not worthy or something. So that's that. Later on, we see where Bao is laying in the bed with Johnny, and she speaks on, because I think at one point he referenced her, or she told him she snores. And so he kind of referenced an animal or something like that. And so Bao brought it up again and told him about when she was at camp. She was a volunteer. She used to snore so loud that I guess it bothered people. So she got to a place where she just didn't want to sleep. She didn't want to go to sleep at night because she was embarrassed and she was afraid, I guess, of what people may say about her snoring. And Johnny was just trying to have like a really sentimental moment with her to let her know, like, that's who you are, that's you, like, just be who you are. You know what I'm saying? I may not like it originally, but he might end up getting used to it or get him some earplugs or whatever. But he's like, that's a normal thing. You're human. And so she just cut through all of that and didn't really care about the fact that he was trying to be understanding in that moment, and just said, listen, I know you like to make jokes, okay? I know you probably really didn't mean to, but, when you do that, it definitely hurts my feelings. And, of course, Johnny felt the way about that. He was like, girl, I'm trying to have a moment with your ass right now, and then you're going to come at me like that, but that's fine. I hear you. You said you don't like it, so I'm going to make sure that I don't do it moving forward, okay? So it is what it is. I think Johnny is going to get very irritated with her after a while. I just hope that all of the changes that she's requesting of Johnny, that she's also able to make the same changes for him. Because I feel like he gonna get irritated with her after a while. Because he even said, and I'm guessing based on the preview, it was regarding their situation, because he said something like, I'm at a point where now I'm starting to question, is this worth it? Okay? So, good luck. We're gonna see how that's gonna go, honey. Let's go ahead and move on over to Miss Myrla. Myrla and Gil. Myrla over here complaining about the honeymoon because she wanted to be on the beach and she didn't get no beach. She got grass. Beach, shut up. Okay, you acting like you sat up here and you paid for this and you ain't getting what you paid for. Ma'am, this is free for you to enjoy. Be quiet, okay? I didn't like that, girl. Just be glad that you done got married to somebody. You didn't have to pay for nothing. Now you on a honeymoon that you ain't got to pay for nothing. Girl, she is never satisfied. She's never happy. And I hate to say it, but I never want her to have any children anytime soon. Because the perfection that she's going to put off on them kids, it's going to be very damaging. She's going to always find something to complain about. She's probably going to always want to put them in luxury attire to make them think that they're better than what they are and all this stuff. It's going to be a whole lot. And I'm like, Gil, I don't know if this is where you want. That ain't the road you want. Wrong road, wrong road. You don't want to go down that road with that lady. That's not connecting for me. Okay? What else happened? So Gil asked Myrla how happy she is on a scale from 1 to 10, and she says an 8. But when he got ready to tell her what scale he was on, she felt like, it's going to be a 10, because I know you feel like everything is just awesome or whatever. Myrla doesn't like the fact that Gil is not a complainer like her. She wants somebody to be just as nitpicky as she is, and he's not. He be cool, he be chilling, he be feeling like it's not even that serious. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, she says that she knows she's a whiner at the age that she is, and she has no issue with it. You ain't gotta have no issue with it, but the person you with should definitely have an issue with it. You too wrong to be sitting up there always complaining about something. I can't deal. Myrla did not attend the couple link up for whatever reason. I already mentioned that. Gil updates her on the talks that the couples had together. What else did he say? He brings up the kissing. He brings up kissing being a part of the combo. Myrla says she hasn't kissed anyone, or she doesn't kiss anyone on the first, second, or third date. Well, girl, y'all skipped all that because y'all married now. So you could try something different now. Okay? You jumped the gun so much as to commit your life to this person so you can't get him a peck on the lips. Not even a little mwah, a little smooch. Okay, Miss Myrla. Myrla says she has standards and requirements for her mate. She enjoys affection and quality time, but the affection comes in time for him. She enjoys affection and she enjoys quality time, but it's gonna take her some time to build up to that place. Listen, I don't think she's completely attracted to this man. I don't. Even though she said that when they first got married, I don't believe that she's fully attracted to him at all. What else happened? She talking about it's gonna take her time to connect with this man. Girl, bye. She likes to receive gifts as a token of love. Well, then what do you like to give to others? Okay? She wants her ring to be upgraded. I said, BIT, you want you. This girl says that she wants her ring to be upgraded, but you don't want to give this man any affection, and you said that it's gonna take time for you to get to that level with him, but you want him to upgrade your ring. Girl, bye. You're going to sit there. If y'all relationship isn't upgrading at any level, then you're going to sit there with that same ring that you got. I was like, the audacity of her. Girl, bye. Gil opens up about his past relationships, and he hasn't been in a relationship in the past 6 years. So when he says that means, and then he says that he feels like a serious relationship is 6 months or more. Then, yeah, he said 6 months or more, but the longest he's been, I think he said it was up to a year, and then another girl was like 6 months, somebody else was 8 months, whatever. I feel like a little bit of me was like, okay, I'm not so mad at Myrla not kissing you or doing anything with you right now. Okay, maybe a peck, she could peck you down. But if she feels like it's probably gonna lead to something else like sex, I ain't even mad at it a little bit. Because I feel like for 6 years you've been out here being a thought and a hoe. Because I refuse to believe you, firefighter, was just sticking to yourself this whole time. So basically what you're telling me is you probably was messing with a different woman every 3 months or something like that. Or when you get them to the 5th month, you drop them just so it won't be considered a real relationship by the 6th month. Like, I don't know, something about that gives me toxic energy as well. So I kind of felt like I'm not too mad at Myrla for withholding the cookie. Yeah, and the kisses. Yeah. What else happened? They go in, I think they talked about, what did they talk about? What did I write? I don't even know. I said they go in the plane and Myrla's body language was so tense. Plane. I'm sorry. Yeah, so they go on the plane. They do the plane. And when she was on the plane, she sat straight up the whole time. Mind you, he had his arm around her like this. Had his arm around her the whole time. And she wouldn't lean towards him or feel comforted by him or none of that. She just stayed like this the whole time. And I was like, she is such a stick in the mud. And seeing that on the plane for me lets me know that she is always, well, I ain't gonna say always, but she is purposely preventing herself from letting her guard down with him. Like, she doesn't even want to go with the flow now that she's finally crossed the line of being married. Okay, and just seeing where this thing could take her, it's like she's purposely restricting herself from creating a deeper connection with this man, and I didn't really like that. So she full of FS. But let's go ahead and move on to Ryan and Brett real quick. Brett, obviously, she freaked the hell out on the plane. And of course, Ryan didn't like that too much. He said that if he was not married to this lady, he would have stopped talking to her because traveling is something he likes to do. So if you already freaking out and showing your arms on a plane, then, yeah, you ain't for me, okay? I'm probably not going to hit you back up. But the thing for me is, Ryan, get used to it, okay? You don't have to get used to it, but I'm just saying get used to it because for some reason, this is how Brett shows her ass. She does not really like change. She doesn't. Even if she says she does, she don't. When he tried to teach her ass a simple line dance at your wedding, at your reception, she threw a fit. What? Girl, just do the dance because that's something he wants to do and move on. And then it shows itself back up on the plane. Like, I kind of understand you kind of like freaking out on the plane. You know what I'm saying? I think I kind of freaked out the first time I flew because I never liked to fly. I was afraid of flying. And when I started flying, I think I freaked out, but it wasn't like oh my God. And I don't think it was none of that. Okay? It was just like, okay, let me gun, numb your whole reggae, yo, numb your whole. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, she gonna do that again, okay? Cause that's how she do. She be throwing these hitsy fits like that. Ryan started cracking jokes, but I never really seen Ryan smile. Never saw Ryan smile when he. The only time I saw Ryan smile, especially on this show and this episode in particular, was when he talked about Bao and Johnny, because Bao and Johnny opened up to the group about them knowing each other since college, and when it going on a date, him ghosting her or whatever. So now that they've circled back up, what's his name? Ryan feels as though the ball is in Miss Bow's court or whatever like that. So when he was talking about that, that's when I saw his smile show up on his face. And I'm like, for you to be a person that really likes to joke, you know what I'm saying? You're a jokester and stuff. I don't really see your smile. I don't know if you're still saddened by the fact that your best friend passed away or if it's something else, but I never really see you happy. You look like you're just existing. Okay? You're just here like I'm just this that's what you look like all the time. Just okay, that's what you're giving. So hopefully, you know, maybe that's what your brother and them meant when they talked to Brett and was like, hopefully you could bring him out of his shell or something. So I hope so, honey, because you just existing, just standing there like you dead, standing up. I can't. What else happened? Ryan lets Brett know that he wants kids, and that's a deal breaker. But she also wants kids, and he said that's a deal breaker. But she too wants kids as well. That's all that I really captured from the two of them. Nothing else too much was going on, in my opinion, for worth capturing for me. So that's really all that I got. Okay. Let me just double check and see if there's anything else on my list, which I don't think that it is. All right, it's not. That's all I got. Okay, I'm Jamie. That's me, you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie. That's me. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.